the smallest act can have the biggest impact. Imagine you are a flea sitting on a dog. Although you are tiny, when you feed on the dog's blood, you make him itch. You lay your eggs in his hair and produce young, which in turn cause more itching and discomfort. Although you are tiny, the impact you have had on the dog is significant, albeit in a negative and unhelpful way. Consider now a person, one individual living their life in the suburbs and coping with all the day-to-day dramas that come with being a human on Earth. There is so much going on in the world that they feel powerless, not to mention the battle they have had lately with the local council to fix all of the issues with the roads in their area. One day, this ordinary person meets a young, single mother in crisis. Her 2 children need school clothes and equipment, and she is 3 months behind in her rent, which has put her in danger of losing her home. What can one individual who is already struggling to keep up with their own bills do to help this young mother? What impact can she have on a young family's life? The first thing they do is they show kindness, that they care. They spend time listening to her problems. Then they find people who are in a better position to help. They give the children treats and find good, second-hand clothes to dress them for school. They contact their local service club and arrange to fundraise to help the young mother to catch up with her rent. In the long term, their actions have not solved the problem, but in the short term, their kindness has given hope to this young woman, and has empowered her to feel worthy enough of finding a way forward for herself. A little kindness goes a long way is a saying that rings true, now more than ever. In a world where many people are fighting to put food on the table and pay for the basic essentials, the impact that one small act of kindness can have on a person or family is significant, and could be the turning point for them being able to change their perspective, because someone showed them that they are important, and that they care. There are many communities, races, and even countries where human beings are in dire straits in many different ways. Globally, there are so many problems and disasters that it is possible for any individual to feel helpless. However, if you think of the flea whose presence has such a negative impact on a dog, consider the impact you, as one person, could have on another person, if you just listened, took the time to engage and show that their lives matter. How can you make another person's life that little bit better through showing kindness? If every person helped one other person to feel better about themselves, imagine the ripple effect that would have on the world around them. When a person's vibrations are raised above depression, doubt, and despair, their consciousness is raised to another dimension. We cannot stress enough how powerful an effect that can have on the human collective consciousness. Like attracts like, so when one person is positive, they create an energy that multiplies around them and becomes a consciousness that is mirrored by others. So, how can you make an impact on the world? It is the smallest act that can have the greatest impact on the life of another, whether it be human, plant, animal, or insect. An even greater impact can be made when the intention is focused, pure, and from the heart. One small act can be the difference between hope and despair, and, even though you may never know how great the impact was, the deed in itself is the most important step. Over history, many people have changed lives through their groundbreaking discoveries and heroic deeds. However, so many more people change lives every day because they show kindness, tolerance, and understanding to their fellow humans. What can you do to make a difference? I am A. Michael. Life Tapestry Creations, Living the Wizard of Oz. Dear Owns, slowly but surely, you will pull away from 3D words and actions. Not because they are wrong for 3D, but because they are wrong for you. This transition is not about and, but about this and only this. What was, including 3D you, is no longer. What is now is shifting you inside and out, as well as your interactions, and, therefore, your culture. This shift is not localized in one portion of the earth. It is global. Even so, the concept of what was is no longer does not seem to be displayed in your outer world. Wars, anger, insults, and angst seem particularly obvious at the moment. Such is so for 2 reasons. Even though you have always been enmeshed in similar thoughts, activities, and fears. Throughout every Earth life you experience, those activities seemed logical, even right. Such is no longer true for you and millions of others. So you are horrified, even angry, as each new 3D action is activated. We of the universes indicated throughout this transition that those who wish to maintain their 3D identities even though that world was closing would become more strident and appear more substantial than they are. This is a time similar to that expressed in The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy and her companions are approaching the wizard's location, filled with fear and trepidation, only to discover that the wizard has no power, merely showmanship. And so it is throughout the Earth now. Those who continue to scream and create fear have not yet had their curtains pulled back. That will happen within the next few months. This calendar year is about ignoring the fear displayed and claiming your personal path, as was true for Dorothy as well as her companions. For those of you who continue to believe the words of those who claim to be the wizard, fear and anger will simmer for a few more months. Those of you who know who you are now, or are evolving into, will ignore those who do not wish to evolve, because they are no more a part of your new world than the wizard was of the new lives of Dorothy and her companions. There is no need to eliminate anyone, or anything other than your fears that all is lost. Indeed, all is being found. In fact, you are more likely to be in the Dorothy phase, where she merely needs to click her heels together, than the phase of entering the wizard's lair. Even though recent media news suggests you should be fearful, your expected fear is slowly, in your mind, and rapidly, in hours, disappearing. As you begin to realize your new powers and interests, ensuring those promoting 3D fear are removed from your world is becoming less important than discovering who you are. Even though it might appear as if you are merely discovering where the wizard lives, in truth, you are ready to click your heels together to create the path that is right for you. And just as was true for Dorothy's companions, you will discover that those you were once close to will have a different path that might or might not interact with yours. It is not that those who create a different path than yours are bad or no longer in your life, but instead that they are free to create the best path for them, as is true for you. And since no two paths will be the same, there will be some adjustment for many as they relish their freedom to be. Just as Dorothy created wonderful friendships she fondly remembered, but had no need to continue once she realized she could create the life that most fulfilled her heart. So it is, and will be for you. So be it. Amen. The Arcturians choose not to watch TV. The message of the moment is that you need to be scared because some war is happening in a faraway land. The media is going to push that on you until you take it to heart. This is so planned. What crisis can put fear into the people? Let's make a plan around it and push it out there. It is completely planned. Out of the blue this just comes up, question it. How come you haven't heard about it before? Now it's everywhere? It is just propaganda. Fear is pushed out to you every day. How do you live your life without something crashing around you? It is meant to keep you home, and fearful, and not traveling, and stockpiling, and in panic mode. When the body is in fear it causes diseases. Most diseases can be traced back to an emotion. Your body is being programmed to be sick. You need to see it for what it is. Planned chaos to control your mind and your habits, ultimately leading to sickness. Get out of the house, go for a walk, and say, I see through their bullshit. No one is going to tell me I need to be fearful. I don't have to stockpile. I am going to enjoy this beautiful day, and think about my community, and my friends, and things that are important to me. I don't need to worry about a fake war on the other side of the globe. It is complete programming, you are falling for it. You are doing what they want. Stop it. Open your eyes. Wake up. It's a game and you got sucked in. Kill your TV, it destroys your happiness. The media companies pay big money to advertisers to then sell you products that promote fear. Even the commercials advertise unpleasant things. Do you need to see that advertisement for pharmaceuticals? No, it just makes you think about the sickness. Commercials are as bad as the mainstream media. We wish you would stop watching. You need to know that there is so much more happiness in the world. Look around to your friends and celebrate with them. Don't be afraid to throw a party. Play and have fun. Stop the constant watching of fear. It is not helping one single person when you watch that news broadcast. That time could be better spent. There is nothing you need to see that the news has to offer. Turn to your community for your local news. It is so orchestrated that even kids can point out discrepancies and falsehoods. As adults, take the wisdom of your years and know better. Life has so much more to offer than what TV shows you. We are the Arcturians. We watch you stare at the screen and cannot allow it to continue. We are reaching out to anyone who is ready to break the cycle and begin a happier life. Shut off your TV and live life. The Guardians of the Earth, Ascension is my reality. No more detours. No more wasting time, no more taking detours and distinguishing the true from the false. That is what this last stretch of the journey before Ascension is all about. Love people. You are in God's hand, you are children of the Creator, you are spirit from spirit, heart from heart and beings born of love. Now is the time for you to become aware of who you really are, and what really brought you to Earth. Now is the time for you to take courage and give a clear and unequivocal answer to all the prophets of doom. I am that I am. I am the truth and the life. Ascension and resurrection are my reality. Amen. Amen. The scenario of doom is reserved only for those who think, feel, and live in these scenarios. Only those people who no longer want to overcome their programming and beliefs and who see things in a bleak light will experience their last day, when new pain and suffering will fatefully descend upon the earth. What you are inside, how you feel inside, how you secretly think, these things determine your fate. But an unfavorable fate never descends upon your head without your participation. Everything comes from your inner programming and beliefs. Your opinions and ideas about yourself and the world create the world that is for you. You look at the events of the time and feel confirmed. Someone else looks at the events of the time with their eyes and feels just as confirmed. This means that it is your perception that determines the past, present and future. The past, present and future only gain meaning and reality through human consciousness. They are not phenomena separate from humans, but are linked to human consciousness. This means 1. What you see is the result of your consciousness, and not of your eyes. 2. What you experience is the result of your inner programming, and not an inevitable and predetermined fate. 3. What matters is what you are, and how aware you are of it. Hold on. So hold on tight, beloved. Hold on to your divinity, to your uniqueness, to your awareness. Hold on to the paths your soul reveals to you and the possibilities your heart offers you. The end of this great game on earth will be good, lightful, sublime, there is no doubt about that. So do not doubt, and continue to work consistently and unwaveringly on an intact, vital, and loving connection with God. Your Creator knows you and your Creator knows your needs. Your Creator intervenes in your life. The purpose is that God lives with people, and through people. People who are full of doomsday scenarios and who constantly feed their consciousness with negative reports will experience a downfall, the downfall of their own inner world. What is true is that the ascension and resurrection of humanity is happening. And it is happening now. A clarified consciousness knows the way, and knows the outcome of this game. Remove the fog from your consciousness, and you will gain security. The security that is needed now to manifest the new and eliminate all inhumanity from this earth. Just as you determine the past through your thoughts and feelings, you determine your present and your future. Your power is great, beloved human. Use it so that the new earth can be born within you. In infinite love, the Guardians of the Earth, sorceryofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.